So Wolfie, was you dash out before we got the job?
Yeah,
Yes.
I want Marco Silva.
Right, first.
Boy.
I understand. Makes sense.
You know who I don't want? Thomas Frank. That's who I don't want, man. And I think Jords will agree with me on that. Jords, like,
I didn't want Thomas Frank from a few weeks ago though, so it's not like
yeah, I hear it. You're the flip flop. We get it. We get it.
It's not like a.
Yeah. Let's go into what you were saying last week.
What did you wait? It's funny because what did you say last week? You're like, oh, me and George done a preview, and it was like one of the most boring previews I've ever done in my life. Why? Because neither of us think that it's going to be a good game. Oh, so you want me to come here with chess, but I didn't have that much chess. I said we'd beat you because you guys are shit.
No, you did. I came here last week and I was going to be like, you know what? I ain't got the energy. I ain't got the energy, and then you ran your mouth.
No, but
why did you run your mouth?
Just gave me more reasons as to why I wanted Thomas Frank out of the club. Like that was
okay. So why were you running your mouth, saying that you hated Thomas Frank? You want him out. He's
didn't say that. You got no, Wolfie. Quote me correctly. I never once said I hated Thomas Frank. I'm not one of these fucking out managers that do this every stream. Get him out my club. I want him out my club, but I don't hate Thomas Frank. If he turns it around, we can be and having a good conversation about him. If he turns it around, but I don't think he will. So I want him out the club.
Okay.
So if you're gonna quote me,
that makes me have to question you. Why did you think that this guy who can't turn it around at your club was gonna win?
But as I told you, I think beating Nottingham Forest should be default setting. You should be able to beat the Nottingham Forest at your
worst. Where are you getting these default settings from, bro? You haven't scored a goal against us in your last 3 matches. Not a single goal. Your XG from this game. Remember I finished with you last week and I said, Jords, just be happy if you get an XG of 0.5. Bro, you couldn't even do that. You got 0.37 and then they recalibrated it down to 0.33, bro. Like, this is getting embarrassing. Your XG against Forest was the lowest XG against any team we faced this season. That's how bad you are. That's how bad you are, bro. You had 1 shot on target from Archie Gray, and it was a dribbler from the edge of the box.
It wasn't a dribble. It was a turn and shot when the ball come up.
Well, I get it. You guys get excited by any shot now. I hear it. You don't see many of them.
I don't know if you're noticing a common theme. I'm only jumping in and correcting when you're making false statements. At least when you make your statements, just be correct in what you're saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't a dribble. He didn't dribble. He was inside the box. It came down to a volley, and he shot on the turn, on the half turn, and it went to the bottom corner.
Well, you'd understand why I would see it as a dribble.
I'm explaining where you're wrong, but continue.
Okay, but you would grant me that compared to Sangare's shot, you could see how I'd see that as a dribble. You know, a guy who actually shot on target, got it in the net.
He didn't dribble.
You see the difference. You see the difference.
Turn around but I'll just go on, continue anyway, because
because we barely got started here, bro. We've barely got started, man.
It's really not that important. You're focusing on.
No, it is. And then let's get on.
I'm letting you have your moment. This is like you want to
shut up.
Do your parade. Do your parade.
Then shut up.
I'm letting you have your parade.
Now is where it gets personal and insulting,
bro.
This is where it gets.
It does get personal when this is your parade. When this is your parade, I saw you,
bro. You like a Duracell bunny, man. You just keep going.
You was on Midday Live doing up stars. Like, you got 3 stars now from this win. This was your 3rd star. Beating Spurs was your 3rd star. Like, this is how you were celebrating it. You were doing Forest stars and all this in the chat. Like, I didn't realize it meant this much to you. But obviously, like, you know, this is a deep-rooted win for you. Like, we've ruined your life. Your brother used to sit there and talk about Premier League football for 20 years before you could even mention Premier League football. Now that you can finally have a conversation with him about it, you're now taking all the anger out on me. What you're really doing is projecting your insecurity. You've been so insecure about how you feel about Tottenham for 15 to 20 years, fighting with your little bro, that now you're like, oh, I'm back in 3 wins in a row. I bet you was going mental over the weekend. You must have been in his face.
Yeah,
giving it
I was, man. I was.
This is your moment.
Because,
this is like
this was
year, and I hear it.
You're right. I have a deep hatred for your club. I don't deny it, man. I think you have a deep hatred for your
brother. I know you said we look alike.
I have a deep hatred for my brother as well. Facts. Now, you look like my brother-in-law, bro. Like, scarily alike. But anyway, but this is the reality you needed, not me. You're coming to chest, man. You offered me a money sleeve, and your money sleeve was nearly as embarrassing as the performance you put in. So you need to apologize and you need to do it properly. No, I need. Now, you know what? Yeah, let's play it. Chat. I need the chat to tell me, is this worthy of a money sleeve?
He cashed in the money in the bank and he is getting his personal money sleeve. There you go, Wolfie. Hope you're happy.
Like, what the hell was that?
You got a money sleeve.
What the hell was that?
Money sleeve. That's what you got.
Is that the energy you have left? Is that the energy? What happened to the? I can't believe it. Man, Victor Mildrew settings. We're getting Morgan Gibbs. Why? I'm not used
I didn't have to say we're getting Morgan Gibbs. Why? I didn't say his name in the video.
Where'd all that go? Where'd that energy gone, man? Has Thomas Frank taken that much energy out of you?
I don't know how to feel. Didn't say Morgan Gibbs right, you know.
Do you know how to feel now? Because that energy was gone, man.
Yeah, I know how to feel. I feel like our manager needs to go. That's how I feel. I know how to feel.
Yeah, like an old man who can't get an erection anymore with that money sleeve, man. That's all that was, man.
Yeah, new money sleeve when a new manager comes in. But ultimately, I think, look, you guys won. You had your moment, Wolfie. Like, that's all it is. Like, you beat us, and this weekend, I don't know who you play, but whoever you do play, you're probably gonna lose and go back to reality. You know, back to life.
We don't care this weekend, but all right.
I said I don't know who you play.
I'll tell you what, though, Jordan. I'll tell you what. Real talk. If you lose to Liverpool and they win, how many points are they behind you? 1.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, like we're midway through the season. The one thing I don't do, and you know, Wolfie wouldn't know about this because he done it a lot last season. I remember being on the show where he's talking about title race and them things. Someone who's actually experienced in being at like the top half of the table, and I mean top half, just top 10, because obviously, again, Wolfie's not used to that. Yeah.
Are you in the top half?
You don't look at the table at this point of the season and you're like, how many points are we? Like, you start looking at the table in February, and that's when you can have a real understanding of where you're going to finish, where you are, your push, and so on. Right now, I don't care where Tottenham are. It doesn't mean much to me.
You're broken. You're broken.
Because not being funny, you can win even in January, February. You win 2 games, you can go up 3 or 4 places. You lose 2 games, you drop 3 or 4 places. That's life in the mid-table of the Premier League. We're like 5 points off sit for something like that.
All right, Jords, I've got a question then. Out of the teams on this panel, how many are you finishing above?
Ooh. Out of the teams on this panel,
Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest.
I think we finish above Forest. Man United. Man United, I think, is dependent on. I suppose if Frank stays for the rest of the season, I won't be so confident about finishing above Man United. I'll be honest, because I'm not.
So Frank has to get sacked in order to finish.
Either Frank has to be sacked, or January we need to do a madness where it's not even on Frank no more. It's just we got good enough players to do it. But yeah,
this is the delusion he still can't get out of his head.
We definitely
this is the delusion I can't deal with, bro. Who the hell do you think you're getting in January that's going to change your season? Why do you think you can attract these players? I don't get it.
It's not just about attracting. We have our most important players coming back. Because again, I don't sit here and make excuses like many fans, you know. But we have
Solanke. Is he the most important player?
And Kulusevski will all be back in the new year. That's 3 players.
Don't forget Cobra Kai. We still have seen Cobra Kai.
3 players that created 60 XG last season. Not XG, 60 GA last season minimum between them. They all had 20 plus each. So that shows you how important they was to our team. So they'll all be coming back. On top of the fact, like I said, if we bring in some new signings, I'd say a central midfielder and a left winger. Definitely.
Who do you think you can get? Who's on your shopping list that you think you can get?
Our shopping list and your shopping is very different, bro. Your shopping
again. Answer a question.
I don't even want to say where you're shopping because but you're not shopping in the same shops as me.
I hear it because the shops we shop in, you can't even take our players out of it. I hear it because you forgot what happens with Gibbs White, yeah. But that aside, who's on your shopping list, Jords? I'd love to know.
Okay, well, who's on my shopping list? Who's on the club shopping list? Are 2 very different things. I've got big names on my shopping list. Doesn't mean the club's going to go out there and spend the money. I don't know what the budget is. So,
who
do you want?
I've got loads of big names on my shopping list. Come on,
give us your top 2. Give us your top 2.
We want to know. We want to know, Jords. Come on.
I want Semenyo, bro. Go ahead and give me Semenyo. Do I think he comes? Maybe not. Don't get Semenyo. Go bring me Savio. I'll take Savio too. I think Savio's a quality player. I know Say's still trying to cook him, but I think Savio's just in an environment where it's not comfortable for him right now. Go somewhere else.
Savio's dead food. I hope you pay 70 million for him. I hope you pay 70
million. Please. I'll pay 50, 60 for him. I can't even lie. I still think he's class.
60.
Oh,
wait, do you think you can get Semenyo?
Yeah.
No, Semenyo's got a lot. Again, I'm not like he's not hot on my list. He's just one of the names on the list, isn't it? But if we don't get him again, I'm not mad. I don't think he's the.
Can you get him?
Of course we can. It's all dependent on what he wants to do. I don't know if you've been seeing the reports for Rizzo Romano come out recently and said that the names that are in the hat is Tottenham, City, Liverpool, and
Is he the
Man
same
United.
person who said, "Here we go" on Gibbs White? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. What is he not a tier 1 anymore? Is he? I don't
Didn't
know.
they say
I'll be
about the same
real.
one, isn't it?
Unless the other 3 teams I want Semenyo, I don't think you'll get him, Jords.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. I mean, Cal, you shouldn't be so confident over there after your last window. You spoke a lot of things in the summer, and I already saw actually Cal's been doing transfer videos.
You, bro.
Cal's been doing transfer videos over 3 weeks. He started his transfer
shooting. I
videos
respect it,
in
man.
November.
Go out fighting, man. I hear it,
Cal
John.
started his
Let's
transfer videos in November.
Right.
I never knew that the transfer window opened so early, but Cal started his videos 3 weeks ago because I was redirecting to him. I was like, Cal's lying. Let me see. I was like, transfer video November. All right, I hear where you're at.
Serious pub, man. Serious pub.
I wasn't even taking shots. I'm just
It's definitely a shot. Don't do that, Cal. It was
He's
definitely
cornered,
a shot.
Cal. He's cornered. He's stuck.
It was a flex,
Honestly,
yeah.
what a shot. I promise you, what a shot.
So you get Semenyo, Savinho.
I never said we're getting. I said I would target again. You don't listen. Wolfie has a real comprehension issue, but no.
No, but you said you could. You said you could. I'm granting you that. If Jords thinks you can, then you
Don't
can.
you a striker, Jords? Don't you a striker?
Yeah.
The striker market's rubbish. Who are we going to go out there and get that? It massively improves our
You've got
strikers.
Richarlison, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
We got Richarlison. We got more goals than Gyökeres. Focus. Your concentration.
Oh, here we go. Keep him then.
And you're going, oh, here we go. But it's
Wait,
not
Please leave him up front.
Has Richarlison got more goals than Gyökeres? Is that real?
Yes,
If you like
yes.
him, keep him up there. Keep
Wait,
him
is
up
this
there.
the Richarlison?
Dan don't want to have the conversation.
got 5
It's a real
goals,
conversation. He has more goals than Richarlison.
I would
Richarlison
take-
has more goals than Gyökeres.
I would leave.
In all competitions
Richarlison
and in the league, by the way, not
right
just
to
the
the
league.
end.
How many goals has Panani
Jordan
got this
actually likes
season? Jords?
Richarlison, don't he? George actually. Have you noticed this? He
I
actually
don't
does
like him at all. But my point is I'm not gonna have you.
Why are you
talking
backing
about
him then?
my
What
strikers
was
when
that?
you're-
Where's that all come
I'm
from?
not
Then? You
repping
must
him.
like him.
How am I repping him? I just stated a
No, you
fact.
must like him. He's got more goals than Gyökeres. Keep him up front, man.
I think Gyökeres is shit though, so that doesn't mean I think Richarlison's good. I think they're both not that good. He's
Who
just,
would you start?
he's
Who would you start?
just clearly proven to be a better goal scorer than him in the Premier League right now.
Would you start
When I
Richarlison
need
over
a
Gyökeres?
striker,
Why would I start Gyökeres? What does the guy bring to the game?
You'd start
He's just
Richarlison.
this is the funniest thing. Like when you talk about Gyökeres and Richarlison, their all-round play offers you probably about the same. Gyökeres is shit off the ball. He's shit off the ball and he's shit on the ball. Same as Richarlison. I'd rather play Colomwani or Solanke up top because both of them have more about their game than both of those two
Do they?
players.
How many goals has Carlo Panani scored?
He scored a couple. I think like two.
In the
two
league? How many in the league?
Four assists or something like that.
Again, you're doing this thing when someone asks you about goals, you bring up assists.
Because
How many
he's been playing
goals-
left wing majority of the time. So you're
How
asking
many
me
goals
about
has he scored?
I told you, he scored 2 goals. Wolfie, I know you're getting old, but the comprehension has got to you've got to start to listen, bro. You've got to start to listen.
Okay.
I said 2 goals.
2 goals. How many of those are in the league?
None. They're in Champions League. But you wouldn't know
None.
about that. Champions League goals.
None.
It's on your team.
No, I would know about that. I would know about that, bro.
What's Mohamed Kudus done this season?
Oh, he's got the most assists in the Premier League, Jamie. I don't know if you know that.
How
what's
many
Salah?
goals?
Oh, we're not even going to talk about Salah. It's a tough time.
I think
no,
Salah's got more GA than Kudus.
No, you don't. Nah. I think Kudus is on about 9.
So hang on, Kudus has played 23 games in all competitions and got 3 goals,
3 goals. How many assists? He's a winger that creates
6 assists.
Okay, so 9
So
GA.
he's got that's terrible.
Yeah.
9 GA in 23 games. It doesn't seem bad to me, you know. It doesn't seem like a terrible season. But
You got to, Jamie, you got to give him it. When,
I don't know,
when the
like-
team he's playing for, his XG is averaging 0.4.
I just
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
think Kudus is that good.
Yeah, but you're asking him about the wrong player. Ask him about the player who got 2 or 3 man of the matches in a row. What were your thoughts on your boy Simple Simon at the weekend, Jords?
Yeah, how's Simon Says? What's he doing?
Brendan Johnson's stats better. Last
again, the
season.
concentration levels are extremely low in certain places. But to focus, because I can actually learn to focus when some others can't. Simmons, I don't necessarily think he was poor in that game.
He's been all right, yes.
I think he has. Yeah, that's the thing. People want to have like disingenuous conversations about players to run agendas. And
What did he do? What did he do that was all
Xavi
right?
Simmons in especially the last 3, 4, 5 games, he's looked good. He's starting to really contribute to us. That
You
game-
thought he looked good at the weekend?
again, I said I don't think he was bad. I don't think he was the issue on the weekend. I think
I don't think it was bad. It's such a cop-out, innit?
But I think there was some other players behind him that were poor, were really poor.
Bro, you're in a darker place than I thought you are if you think he didn't look bad at the weekend, man. Seriously, like you're probably getting excited if your team completes a pass. That's all I can think of. I'm not sure he did complete a pass. What did he do in that 10 that got you to think he didn't have a bad performance? Please, I need to know this.
Again, the team as a whole was poor on the ball. Just as a whole.
But we're talking about simple Simon.
Wolfie, if you ask a question, you got to let someone to respond. So
but I'm going to keep you on point. I'm going to keep you on point.
Do you don't want me to respond to the question or you don't? I don't know, Wolfie, because I'll happily just sit back and not respond because your questions are pretty stupid, but I can't answer.
Go on, respond away.
Okay, so again, what he done was the whole team was poor on the ball. Every time I saw him on the ball running through, again, I think the runs that Richarlison makes are really bad. And I've said this on numerous streams so many times that I don't think he creates enough space to allow Simmons to thrive in the 10. I don't think he makes good runs in behind. So then when Simmons is on the ball and he's, let's say, running through that second to third phase, there's nobody for him to pass to. So he ends up losing it a lot of the time. He takes too long and he's not doing much on the ball. He's sitting there trying to make his decision. He doesn't do anything. So he loses it. Now, that's something that he can work on. But I think if the players in front of him making good runs, then I think that he'd make better passes. Like,
were those players playing when he got his back-to-back man of the matches?
I'd have to check. The way Richarlison, I don't think he started up top in some of those games. So I'd have to check.
To be fair, Wolfie, I think you're being a little bit harsh because I think if Spurs bought a goalkeeper, 2 new fullbacks, 3 midfielders, 2 wingers, and 3 strikers, they might just about get top 5. I reckon they might be all right. Yeah. So I think you're being a bit harsh.
I hear you.
And a new manager. But Potts, why would they need to buy a new defender when, boys? I don't know if you're aware of this because when he came on, I didn't even know he was still at Spurs. Did you know Ben Davies came on for Spence in that game, bro?
2025, you know.
Bro, he's still there, man. He's still there. Like, when did he resign? I ain't seen this brother in years, man.
Years ago, man.
When did his contract finish, Jords?
I think end of the season. I'll be honest. I don't know how he's continued to get new contracts. He's one of those guys that I think the managers just like. He's one of those just good characters in the dressing room because he's always got a renewal under every new manager. I think Conte gave him his last renewal, so like he's just been lucky. Ange may have even, but he's just been lucky, innit? And consistently been renewed. Now Sonny's not there. He's his best friend, and that maybe you go fuck off to another club. I ain't really got Ben Davies. He's been a backup for 10 years. Like I don't really have much to say about him. Like you can't.
But why did he bring him on, Jords? I'm not even bantering you.
I don't rate the manager. I don't know. I'm confused with his selections. I'm confused with the substitutions.
You're 2-0 down.
I'm confused with a lot that he does. I'm confused with a lot.
They're 2-0 down. He brings on Ben Davies. I can't remember the exact order. Paulinho and Bergvall. That was
a triple substitution, I think. It was either a triple
one.
It was
like you're bringing on a CDM, a defender, and the name. Like, what
That's
was
shocking. But like, it's not even that. It's who he started in midfield with. Why would you start in midfield? That was embarrassing, man. That starting midfield is dusty, man. That is going up against a physical Forest midfield, yeah. And you're playing, what was it, Bentancur and who?
Archie Gray.
I don't necessarily think that was like the biggest problem. I do agree. I think the physicality of the midfield got to us, and we definitely should have played Paulinho in there. I think Paulinho should be starting. I think he didn't start because he started midweek.
Should have played Sarr, bro.
Nah, Sarr won't. Like as much as Sarr is decent, like I like him, and I do like Sarr. He has his limitations on the ball. He's too limited on the ball. He loses the ball a lot. He wins it and then loses it. So I don't think he wants to play him. Archie Gray has been, in his last couple of games, looked really good on the ball, isn't it? He's technically sound. It's just I think he's behind in the physical aspect of the game. I think he's smart. He's good technically. He just needs to bulk up a bit, and then I think he won't have a problem. But he's too skinny for me, too slim. He's only 18, so he's a kid, innit? Like, but he just needs to get bigger before he starts playing Premier League football, man. Because I ain't really got too much problems with him. I don't think he looked bad in the game at all.
Let me ask you then, George, just quickly before we move. Who do you want? What's happening? You want Frank up? What happens? Who'd you get in?
I've been consistent, man. I want Professor X. I want Xavi. I want Xavi, man. Xavi Hernandez. That's my good manager. This is the thing, though. This was my manager choice when you said, "Who? Oh, you want Angel? Who do you want?" I said Xavi. Like, I've been consistent. I want one manager.
Be realistic, though. Be realistic.
That is realistic. He's not in a job. He's available. He plays 4-3-3. He works with young players. He works with restricted budget. Like
he would go to Tottenham. Because Tottenham will pay him.
Exactly that. Like, he's free.
Yeah.
Tottenham have paid Conte. He was the second highest paid manager in world football when we brought him in. Why would he not come Tottenham? And like Saeed, you're saying
because
it like available. What other jobs are available that someone where Xavi can go?
No job.
You got to remember. The thing I think we got to remember as well is the law of the Premier League as well. And Tottenham is, they're not good at the moment. They're still a big club in this league, and he'll get paid well. I can see him going there. I don't see why not.
Just not care
about the money. What are you smoking, man? Like, let's be real.
Good shit at the moment. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna say the only managers. Let's be real. Spurs won a Europa League last season, and all they could attract was a Brentford manager. Spurs finished 17th last year. Huh?
It wasn't about what we could attract. We went for Frank because he was one of our top options.
Really?
Like you go on, like, Frank has an interview at all the top places. Like, every top club has interviewed Frank because they respected what he'd done at Brentford.
And how many of them hired him?
Because they chose other managers. They chose better managers in some aspects. I think they rightfully chose better managers than him.
Exactly. But that's your level, Jords. That's your level. You can be a Brentford manager. I think your next manager is going to be Ryan Mason.
No, he's at West Brom.
So funny.
That's going to be your point. That's your
what
point.
are we doing here? He's at West Brom. He's left.
Let me think. I got one more question, and then I'm going to shut up on this. Right?
I'll take Steve.
How many? George, how many of your players get into my team? How many of your players get into my team?
Oh, that's a good question.
Such a stupid conversation.
I know, because it's none, but I'll entertain you.
Well, because you think that your players are better than they are. They play in a fully defensive system that makes some of them look.
My team didn't do 0.33 XG, bro. Are you gonna come with that line? Defensive. Shut up, man.
You're definitely a defensive team.
You're not taking any, Wolfie, no? You're not taking any in the first 11.
I take Spence for nostalgia, just to put him on the bench. But
I've had this. Me and Wolfie have had this convo, so I know how he feels. He just says something stupid.
Van de Ven.
He thinks
Van de Ven ahead of Murillo.
No, not that. No, what you actually said was you think Van de Ven is not a good defender. That's what you've told me plenty of times.
When did I say that?
You said that last week. You said it on my stream together. You said he's not a good defender as a whole. So I don't rate your opinion on my team.
Okay, I'm asking for your opinion, not mine. How many of your players get into my team?
I think a lot of them. But again, I don't think it's a pointless conversation. Pedro Porro gets in your team.
Pedro Porro gets in ahead of Einar, does he?
Vicario gets in your team.
Does he? Vicario gets in ahead of Sales, does he?
Yes.
Vicario's come on, man. You
I don't know.
Vicario's awful. Vicario's poor, man. Like, he's stinking out the gaff.
He's had some poor moments over the last month, definitely.
That's stink after stinker, man. Allow it.
Over the last month, but for the start of the season, he was one of our better players. So, like, again, I think Vicario is a problem, but not one of our biggest problems. He's poor with playing out from the back. But when you actually look at his shot stopping, he's like most keepers, isn't it? They're not. He's an old school goalkeeper. He's shit with his feet, but he's very good at shot stopping. So, like,
did he shot Callum Hudson-Odoi?
Kulusevski weren't fit, Wolfie, and Kudus. Do they get in?
I can bench him. I can offer you a bench position.
I mean, I don't have these conversations.
That's all you got, bro. What else you got? My left back's better than yours. My centre backs are better than yours. My midfielders are better than yours. My striker's better than yours, and he's still injured. My left winger's better than yours.